Well, welcome, young chefs. I gotta tell you, it's refreshing to meet young people that are so into food. You're the future of the culinary world. So we're gonna get started by making something that everybody's familiar with. When I went to school, we had hot lunch. You'd grab your tray, you'd go through the lunch line. I want you to make them an elevated hot lunch. I don't want mystery meatloaf, sloppy joes. Before we get started with this, see, you guys get so much schooling. We didn't get a bunch of this in the culinary world. So I want you to show off with your culinary knowledge by playing a little game that we like to call scavenger hunt. Here you go. So here to give us their feedback on all the food is our esteemed panel of judges. Third generation restaurateur. Give it up for Chef Christy Vega. Chopped Grand Champion. That's all I need to say. Give it up for Chef Madison Cowan.
Hey now.
Executive Chef, Iron Chef winner, and Beantown bad boy. Give it up for Chef Bo McMillan.
Hey now.
So the program these kids come from is called ProStart. It works through the high schools. It's a lot about education, practical application. I mean, it's just such a dynamite piece. All these kids have graduated, and they're in it to win it.
Love it.
Okay, potatoes, lettuce, chorizo. What are you making?
I'm gonna be making an elevated kind of Mexican-style burger with mashed potatoes and Brussels sprouts.
I like the way you're working.
I actually used to hate Brussels sprouts, but the way that my mom used to make them actually got me to eat them. I know instantly I'm going to fry these. That's the one way that my mom always used to cook them to get me to eat them. I absolutely love Brussels sprouts now. Next, I start getting my beef seasoned up. A little bit of cayenne, a little bit of paprika.
Wow. That's a crazy combination. I like it.
The cheddar cheese on top, it will blend perfectly in contrast with all the heat.
For this round, I have to use ciabatta rolls, Brussels sprouts, and cheddar cheese.
What are you gonna make us?
I'm doing a take on a pork scallopini sandwich. Brussels sprouts are not a common ingredient in Guam, but I've worked with them in school. I want to caramelize the onions to offset the bitterness of the Brussels sprouts. Now it's time to get started on the pork. My passion really grew for culinary when I joined a culinary program in Guam. That's when I realized that this is the industry that I actually want to work in. There's something different happening in the kitchen every day. I just love it.
A lot of stuff here, buddy.
Options.
Options. You gotta play the options.
I'm in this round real excited. It's like I'm going to like a new skate park for my first time, and I just want to go for my best trick. No practice, no warm-up. I'm just going for it. It's not cooking if you don't get dirty.
What are you making, brother?
I'm gonna do a veal parmigiano. Homemade pasta with Romanesco marinara sauce, ciabatta crostini, and Brussels sprouts.
Okie
Chef Michael making pasta from scratch.
Yeah.
I can't even make pasta from scratch in 20, 25 minutes. You know what I mean?
Go big or go home.
I lived in San Francisco my whole life. You know, there's some pretty sketchy neighborhoods. You know, if it wasn't for skateboarding and cooking, I definitely could have gotten into some sticky situations. I'm not losing. I'm not losing. If I have a chance to win the $20,000, I plan on investing in a food kiosk, which could lead to me opening a restaurant. All right, that's going good.
So you're making burgers.
I'm making kind of like a burger.
Okay.
Some peanut
What do you
butter.
do with the peanut butter?
You'll see, it tastes
Okay.
great. Guy comes up to me,
What's going on with the Brussels sprouts?
and as he's talking to me, ooh, I cut myself. It looked like a horror movie. Oh my God. I look at the clock.
Okay, back in.
I just book it back to my station, and I look at my hamburgers. Had a nice sear both sides, so I just grab them really fast off the heat, and I think it's gonna be okay. The kitchen can be a little stressful sometimes, but I was raised to work hard. Leaving our way of life in Colombia. My parents worked so hard to get us here, and I don't want to let them down. I feel like I owe them that.
I'm sorry, I gotta try this again. This is outstanding. That was a fantastic Brussels sprout. And you're working in the tire shop. You have all this culinary knowledge? Girl, we gotta
Absolutely.
talk about this.
I am really young, but I have very high ambitions. I'm a really skilled mechanic as well as a chef. If I win this money, I would like to further my education in culinary. I just really need the money to help get me there.
My pork is done for my scallopini sandwich. Now I have to work on my pan sauce. I add some beef stock, cream, and some butter.
What's this for?
I'm making a wet sandwich.
Okay, that works. That works. It's kind of like how you do a French dip. There's just a pork dip.
Everything's going great, but holy cow, I forgot about a cheddar cheese.
3.5 minutes.
So I just put it on the bread and put it in the oven. I just hope it's enough.
Come on, get smart, Michael, get smart. Have the pasta going, the veal, the sauce. Too many things at once.
Without question, the dirtiest station we've ever seen in Triple G history.
I just made the biggest mess and ruined my whole station. What am I doing? I need my cheese.
Take your time, Chef Michael. You know what you're doing. Fundamentals, mate. Fundamentals.
Do me a favor, slow down. Slow down and think about what you're doing, okay?
It's hella hectic. I really just need to step back and focus, but I have no time to do that.
No sense being in the competition if you don't finish the competition, okay?
Yes, chef.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left.
Stay focused, guys. Stay focused.
Everything's cooked. I got everything ready. Open the peanut butter jar. Oh my God. And it's separated. This is not gonna work. I am not gonna have time to put the peanut butter there.
10 seconds.
You can do it, guys. You can do it.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop working.
Yeah, way to go.
All right, chefs, how's it feel like going big time? Pretty tough, huh?
Yep.
Wait till we see the judges. Follow me. All right, judges, here we are. This is a historical day. Young chefs competing in Triple G Next Generation. So, first up, Chef Michael, tell us about your dish.
All right, when I found out I was using ciabatta, I instantly thought Italian. I have a veal parmesan there with Romanesco marinara sauce, freshly made pasta, and fried Brussels sprouts.
Michael, what was the most difficult part of this challenge?
Keeping my station clean was the hardest.
We can see it all over you. I mean, there's no doubt you put your blood, sweat, and tears into this dish. It's hearty, it's elevated with the veal, but the pasta didn't work.
Michael, one thing I will give you props for, too, is that Romanesca marinara. I saw you struggle a little bit with your pasta, and the proof is on the pudding. It's a little unrelaxed. It's a little tough and dense.
I was big and bold. I went straight for the freshly made pasta, but I'm staying positive. It's still an elevated dish.
All right, up next, Chef M. What do you got for us?
I have prepared for you is a grilled ciabatta bread with an 80-20 and chorizo burger, topped with the cheddar cheese, and then you have spicy mashed potatoes. On top of that, some lightly fried Brussels sprouts.
I like your use of flavor and heat. The burger with the chorizo is amazing. You're bringing the heat with the cheese, always works. This really nailed it.
Emily, there is a lot to love about this dish. I was wishing this just had some type of little like spicy condiment or like mustard on this, and it's old time all day long.
And I'm having regrets for not just grabbing condiments and adding it to it.
Up next, Chef Mac. What do you got for us, buddy?
Back home, we used to eat a lot of pork. When I think of a hot lunch, I thought of a scallopini. I did a take on veal scallopini, but with pork. Enjoy.
I got a new Chef Mac in the younger generation following me up. I thought I was a Chef Mac. I think that you nailed it with the pork. It's juicy. It's seasoned well. I think your caramelized onions and your Brussels sprouts together make this killer little like warm hash that goes over the bread. Simple and tasty.
I think this should find its way on most school lunch menus across the country. But unfortunately, I'm not getting much cheddar. Yeah? That sauce you made, I can drag this through that sauce all day long. But I'm just missing a bit of cheddar.
The judges think they don't have enough cheddar cheese, and it made me nervous.
All right, Chef Mariana, what do you got for us?
So I used a ciabatta roll, some cheddar cheese, roasted Brussels sprouts, caramelized onion, and a hamburger patty.
Mariana, one thing I always love is when you get actually more protein than the bread sauce on the burger. And this burger was fat and gorgeous looking right out of the gate. It would be nice to have a little spice in this dish, but all day long, this was just a delicious burger.
Thank you, Chef.
Chef Mariana, the cheddar, the Brussels are the most forward here. I'm getting those flavors. I love that pickle in this burger, but for me, the burger's just a little bit over.
I knew that it was overcooked. I left them on the pan thinking this is awful.
All right, thank you, judges. Chefs, I'm gonna ask you to return back to the kitchen. Judges will deliberate, and we'll bring you back, and we'll give you our answer. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, make sure you subscribe to Food Network UK, where you can see loads more shows and loads of different recipes.